We live now.
Oh, amazing. We are live again. So we
Yeah.
are again here, Miss Aniel Cruzel, Mrs. Aniel Cruzel, and Miss Francesca Fulanette again here today for another episode of our nice tips. Unfortunately, our amazing colleague cannot be attending today, but for sure she's going to be with us next time. So
Exactly.
today we decided to bring up something which is, we believe, and in our experience, is the basic of a human being life.
Mm.
What do we want? And why this is what we want, and why did we decide to bring up these type of questions and subject in this talk today between me and Aniel, Miss Aniel, because I realized talking with many friends, many people I work with, I deal with, that many times whenever we come across like a goal in life, is always related to what the society asks us.
Exactly.
We don't even know where we are aiming. We just wake up in the morning and keep going with our routine without realizing that, until when it comes to a point we stop and we listen to ourselves and actually we decide what do we want. So would you like to add something, Anya, maybe to the introductions? Maybe why do you believe also is important to speak about this subject today? Then we're gonna go in more details why it is important. But just if you would like to do your own introduction as well about the speech.
Yeah, exactly. So hello everybody. So if you connect on this live today, so as Francesca said, my name is Aniel Cruzel. So you kind of do this kind of a podcast to not to share some tips with you. So about today, we will be talking about why it's important to set up our goals, to know what you want in life, because I think it's very important. Because if you don't know where you are going, so you will not be able to do the work you have to do. So it's really important topic, and also give us an overview on how we can succeed in life. Yeah.
Perfect. So where we're gonna start from is what do we want in terms of why it is important to do that. First of all, answer to this question, what we did, I'm talking about myself, but I believe I'm talking also on behalf of Aniel, is the first time I understand what I wanted in order to go through the different points we're gonna cover today, I realized what are my dreams, because what we want is related what I desired of my life to look like.
Exactly.
Yeah, what is my goals like? Where I see like myself from here into 5 years times, and that was exactly the same question I questioned myself when I came to London. I was 19, and I'm picture
Mm.
myself in 5 6 years times as a businesswoman walking in central London, as I could see so many wonderful women in London when I just reached
Amazing.
out there. So that's more or less the question. But what we're gonna talk now is why is it important to know that. Would you like maybe to start, Tanya, or should I start?
Yeah. Let's go. Let's go.
Perfect. So why is important? I'll mean if we look at perspective from the fact of a human being mind, when a human being, most of the time you can find you can do your own research online, doesn't have a goal and doesn't have a aim to wake up every morning, it comes down to laziness, tiredness, depression sometimes in the morning, because we could wake up at 7 o'clock and we start
Exactly.
our day for a reason that we don't want to. Instead, if we wake up every day knowing why we wake up at that time, where is our goal, and what is where our head, our perspective is heading
Mm.
to, that is changes completely, because the first
Mm.
things we do in the day is thinking about ourselves and what is our dreams about, and we work for our dreams, which can become real. And after that, once we know what we want, our mind can picture our goal, perspective over there, and then consequently, we can find by ourselves all the knowledge in order
Mm.
to achieve this goal.
Exactly. That's
Yeah.
exactly how the human being works, because I kind of realizing it because you know when you start working a little bit on yourself, the personal development, you kind of understanding that how the human the brain works, so when you picture what you want, for example, you say I want to be at this point in 3 or 4 years time, so your brain will help you in order to find the way in order to make you achieve what you want to. You're going to find, also you're the universe, you're going to find the right people around you. You're going to just think about this kind of if you have like an idea of I want to do this, I want to do this, so your brain is going to help you just be around the right people, the right job, even if it's tough, but it's tough now, but I know where I'm heading. So it's really important.
Exactly. Love it. I love it. I simply love it. Even because here I'm talking, but also Anya is talking, and we are two people from different background, different experiences, different type of lives, also
Exactly.
countries.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
exactly. But we both of us are really ambitious people that never give up, and that's why today we wanted to bring up these tips. So another thing I would like to touch that I thought the other day, when we don't even know what we would like in life, what is another reason why it's important is because when we decide to do this subject, I look a bit myself back, and I remember when I didn't have a goal, when I didn't have an aim, when I didn't have a vision about my future, where I would like to see myself one day, I was becoming a victim, kind of
Exactly.
like complaining about my life, complaining about external events, complaining about my job, complaining about different things without taking responsibilities of my life. And
Yeah,
that's it comes to kind of spiral that keep bringing ourselves into this low turnover, into keep going into this let's say darkness, and
exactly.
we are not able to drag ourselves now, rather than when we know where we are heading, the ambitious, the motivation, the excitement to achieve what we would like to achieve, it just give us the will and the energy to get there. Do you relate to that as well, Anya? Or
Yeah, exactly. I want to add something because I think in some point it's like in life, so you have two choices. So whether you be a victim, you just say everything is against me. I can't even if in job, or if you're doing if you're an entrepreneur, so the society for now, you are in the coronavirus, so everything is going to follow. It's not this kind of negative thinking, is kind of getting you feel negative and not achieve what you want to do. But that's I think the only thing is that can have control of is like just say yeah, everything that I can do is my fault. So if I did not achieve this thing, it's my fault, even if the society is against or the law, all the stuff. So in all of the world, so it just have like the way of thinking that if I'm responsible of all the stuff on my life, of all the the decision that I've been taking for 3 or 3 years from now. So that, as I used to say, the result that you have now is completely depending on the decision that you took 4 or 3 years ago from now. So I think if you want to really move ourselves forward, you have to stop being victims. So everybody
exactly.
can say, yeah, this thing is not working, but yeah, it's not working. But how can I do to think differently in order to find a solution, in order to just like live the life I want to live, even if it's not easy every day. That's why.
Yeah, no, I completely with you in that. It's just basically start being honest with our own self and realize that actually if something happened in our life, that's the amazing power actually, because many people don't see it as a positive thing. But when I realized that actually is our own power to being able to change our lives and to be responsible of what can happen in our lives, that's when you have this click and say, huh, Actually, it
Yeah,
can
yeah.
be easier. It can be easier,
Yes,
not you
so now you
mentioning
see the
it.
word differently, you know, you see the word differently, you say that everything I'm doing, so it's my fault, it's my responsibility. If something don't work now, if my job, I'm at work, I'm stuck somehow, there's a, you know, a lot of, so it's my responsibility to take action. Maybe I'm not the right people, maybe I'm not doing the right thing right now, so I have to you know, start maybe reading books or developing myself in other ways. That's how to in order to, you know, I believe that the universe, you know, kind of respond on, if you just think negative, or if you are around, you know, five people around you that negative thinking, you're gonna think negative. You got as you keep to say, if you're around 5 millionaire, you're gonna be the 6 million. That's exactly how.
Exactly. You
That is
get
exactly how. Yeah,
infected
yeah,
by
exactly.
what is your like surrounding by as well, because what is happening, that is part also my experience. I love that you touch this base, because I remember when I used to be in London still before coming to the next step forward of my actually part of the dream, coming to Canary Islands and build a life with my fiance. I was like realizing that all the environment I had and everything was not motivating. And I was like, they're all people that are happy about working for someone and
Yeah,
stay on where they are, which is nothing wrong with that. Don't take me wrong with what I'm saying, whoever is listening to us. But it was not what I wanted, where I wanted to be. So when I actually started, like, even if we are not in the environment, because well, here we are living in the countryside, I'm always alive and listening and working with people that are in the environment where I'm aiming to. So,
exactly.
and that's really important. I love this. I love this. So, I will ask you this question now. So you will start from there.
Yeah, yeah.
So we spoke about with like why is important, what are the consequences, like if we don't I mean, like if we don't have a goal. But my next question, that our next question that we decided to touch, was like how we can actually achieve what we want. What are the tools? For example, if you think of yourself, what are the tools that you use in order to maintain your why high and always, like, every day remember where you're heading?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. This is really, really important because, first of all, I have to set up my goal. I say, for example, I want to be from 2 or 3 years from now, I want to be at this point. So now I have to break down, you know, these goals, like every day, do a single, you know, every single action that you're doing every day, kind of, you know, pushing you on achieving this goal. So for me, it's like now that I'm starting a lot of developing myself, learning about personal development, all this stuff, I kind of realized that you have to put down your goals. So even you have that on your mind, say, I want to do something, but when you write it, you just like, yeah, now I want to go reach at this point. How can I do that? What are the tools? What can I put in place? So now I like kind of also visualizing where you want to go. For example, you say, if I want to buy this house, so now you don't have maybe a financial, you kind of visualizing that, say this house, it will be you know, in this city it will be 4 or 6 rooms. So when you visualize it, and also if you can't, you just put it on the wall. So I have some of my goals that I see just on my wall. So every day when I wake up, so when I walk in my desk, I just see them. I say, yeah, so
Love
this is
it.
what I want to do in the next 3 days. So yes, even if I don't achieve them, but I will be, you know, do everything to reach to this point. So that's for me. I just writing your goals, uh, put them on the place that where you can see them every day, and also doing little action. So little action that kind of help you to reach your goals. You see,
Amazing.
so that's why they keep saying that how you do anything is how you do everything. So doing a little single step every day. It's not like doing big thing, but little thing, consistency. I believe in consistency, doing writing the right thing, you know, every day, every single day. At some point, you just look back and say, wow, I have,
Where am I? Where am I now?
yeah, yeah. That's how I believe, and that's how now I work. So I kind of working at the same like this, but before, but not knowing that, because for me it was like I never give up. When I start something, I have to finish it. I have to reach, even if it's tough, I have to reach there. So that's how I kind of thinking all my life. So, but now I kind of realize, I have to structure it a little bit and put it in place, put them in place as well.
I love it. I simply love it, and that's why we are together in business.
Yeah, exactly. That's why that's why we met together.
We never give up.
I think it's like that's why we met together. It was like the stars, the universe just say, yeah, you met Francesca. We, like coming where I come from, or you. So we are two people that never have been met. So better. The life is so sometimes you met people that help you, that kind of grow with you, with you.
Yeah, definitely. And it was so funny how we met as well. But that's another day story.
Yeah.
So yeah, I love what you touched base, because you spoke about vision, you spoke about writing down the goals, and that's exactly the different steps I learn in. There are different steps. That's how I define myself. Where first, is really important that what I usually suggest is like sitting down, listening to ourselves and understand. That's what I did. So without knowing it, and when I was 19 years old, and I was just trying to understand what career I was going to aim to. And I listened and I said, what do I like? What do I like in my life? Because I thought, if I need to work in a career, even before thinking to step into business, I was just like, I need to spend all my day long doing exactly these things for my life eventually, yeah? And I said, I would love to be free to travel, so I can meet my family whenever I want, because I'm from Italy originally. I would like to be free to take as much holidays as I want. I want to be whatever I would like to be, speak many languages because I love cultures. So, and I said, these are the different points I love. And actually, like, I attracted today, because that's even related to the business that we are doing together. Yeah. So when the first things is really important to understand what is important. And then we like, as Aniel said, like visualizing it. So as like similar to what Aniel said, could be a visual board. That's really important. Sometimes use a visual, some people use the visual board, which is really like important. I'm using like writing all over my wall. So I go writing on my goals, writing on what would I like to achieve, like exact date. We need to be specific as well. When we write down our goals, we need to be specific, because the mind is specific with our thought all the time. Even if you think about whenever it comes out idea to our minds, it's really specific. It makes us feel like really specific feelings and thoughts and ideas that the mind automatically bring it. So if we are not specific, the mind cannot even send us the messages to our instinct and our subconscious in order to actually attract the tools that we need. And this is really important, because remember, as Anya said, we all have it inside ourselves. The only things we need to get used to it, understand that we have value and we have all the skills to get there. That's the main things. And that's why, to break all the scheme and experiences that our life until today, like, piled up into ourselves, is really important to know, really clear our goals. Another touch point, like I wanted to say,
one thing I want to add. One thing is about goals. It's just like kind of realizing it is have SMART goal, kind of SMART, like S for specific goals. You have the M for measurable, because if you have specific goal, you know exactly what I want to do from 2 years, 3 years from now. This specific project, I have seen it, visualizing it, kind of doing some research on that. Also, measurable. That's why this project going to cost me this, this business, and also achievable. So this goal is it achievable? How can I, put in place to what kind of people can help me, what training can I have to learn to taking place in order to achieve this goal. And also have the R now, which is reachable and realistic, because somehow some people have goals, but they are not realistic. You know, have to need to have this goal. You know, this is really reachable. I can reach it. It's realizable, realistic. Yeah, and also now the time. You know, you have to specify it in time. This one can take me maybe 2 years, 3 days. I don't know. You got to say. Yeah, exactly.
Day, 25th of October 2022.
Yeah. When you limit the time so that we did, I have now 2 years to achieve this goal. So I'm gonna work, do everything I can do in order that in 2 years, even if I'm not like reach all the goal, but I can do maybe half of it, yeah, or quarter of it. I think it's really, really important. That's how now I'm working now from 3 to 4 years. Of how I have to put this in place, and every single day I'm working on that, taking little action. You have to take action. The people have goal. Why I want to do this, but somehow they're afraid of taking action. What if you don't take action? You don't know if, for example, it's a good or again. So when you fail, you learn. That's how Nelson Mandela was saying. I never lose. So whether you win or you fail, you learn something about it.
No, exactly. You just do it. And that's the difference, rather than be a complainer or like a moaning person that I don't want to be over there anymore. It's just like much easier to be like, okay, I'm gonna take actions. It's much easier, and that's the little fine difference, because whenever we don't take actions, we believe it's so difficult. That, oh my gosh, I need to get that, and that's why it's really important, as you said. I simply love what you said. Is be realistic. Be realistic on our goals, like understand how much we need to learn. For example, like if we say, let's say money wise, or I want to have a villa of 100,000, I don't know, $100,000 million, something like that. And then it's something, an amount that we never earned before. That cannot be a realistic goals if we set it to get it in 3 months time, let's say, or 6 months time, because we need first to understand what it prevented us previously to achieve that. And slowly, as you said, taking little action. But if we say in 2 years time, I want a villa, or 5 years time, that can become more realistic goals according to our experience. So it's really important on the base of any goal that we set up to be honest 100% with ourselves, because that is like a conversation I had with my mentor, and one day he told me this, like, which is true. I was quite frustrated because I was not achieving what I wanted. What I dream, what I aim, and sometimes can happen in life, because bigger we aim and bigger obstacle comes across. So we just need to be patient and understand as well if we actually put all the action in place to do that. Because once we are honest with ourselves, frustration and everything else doesn't come out, but we are just like, okay, this person achieved more than me because I didn't put in place the same actions, which is completely fine, and we need to be honest with that. The last 2 points, like, because you said already, like the setting specific goals, which is really important. Another one that I wanted to say about how we can achieve what we want is particularly like think of the consequences if we don't achieve what we want. Because what I learned in one of our different books, as Anya mentioned before, when we come to this type of perspective of life, books like listening to other people that achieve are the main key points to understand where we can nourish our knowledge, basically. And there was like a psychological a video explaining that whenever we have goals, most of the time the human being mind react with 2 different type of emotion. Amazing emotion, positivity, so the excitement to achieve something, they're like, oh yes, I can't wait, the feeling of achieving it. Or some other people, which are the most of the human beings, are actually like more powered up and fired up by the idea of not achieving. So the consequences of what would happen to our life if we don't achieve what we would like. For example, there was an example of a gentleman that he wanted to achieve financial freedom because he was so scared that if something was going to happen to himself, he had 2 kids to come up, the wife and everything. He wanted to be sure that whatever was going to happen, his family was going to be free, even the future generations. And he also enjoyed the time. So in the moment that he was thinking like, oh, I'm not going to achieve that, I need to achieve it. That's it. Because the idea of not getting there, it was dragging him down in this vortex of like, oh my gosh, fear. And fears, and most of the time, is what fire ups the most. When we think about that, it depends. We need to understand what kind of person you are. You just need to ask yourself, guys. So, and another one, I don't know if you want to touch base on this, but affirmation.
Just like a small, I think it's completely depending on, you know, the experience of the people, of where you come from, or what you don't, you know, want to live again. For example, if you come like me, if I take you know, my experience, you come like me in Africa, from Africa, or you have lived stuff like you're gonna say it. So I don't want, for example, my children to live the same life. I have to build a better future for them. So at some point you will do everything you have to do in order to not saying that, my life was started at this point and I live this kind of experience. I don't have maybe the chance to go to school, or to have you know, all the I don't know, all the stuff that I want to in life. So it's completely different. But at some point you say, for example, I'm here now, I have to do everything and on my powers in order to ensure that my children don't live the same life I lived before. So to get them a better chance to start in life. So that's why for me it's like also related to a strong why. If you have a strong why, for example, you say you have a I have my mother in Cameroon. I have like see my country. I'll just say, what can I do? What, you know, just little thing in my side. What can I do in order to help, or to achieve, or to just give back? So that's why can also help. You say, if I don't do that anyway, for me it's gonna be completely for me I'm gonna fail, because for them, if tomorrow or my daughter kind of starting life and like me, or not having anybody around her to support her, or to say to her where she have to go or start in life, so that will be it will be, as a parent, will be a failure. Exactly.
Yeah,
So,
and I guess like is a really really strong why having like also Liana,
yeah.
like just like drive you more, like the most that we love are the one that drive us the most of the time. When we think about you brought up something really amazing. When we think about helping like someone that we love, most of it is more like our goal to bring love out there. That's when the universe also like support us the most. When we remove like the ego, the proud, and we detach the moments, the universe from ourselves, but it's more related to, I would like to bring a better future for the generation, for my wife, for my husband, for this or that.
Exactly.
Kill ourselves because it's the surrounding of our lives, but at the same time is like bringing love out there, light there. So that's like big, really big truth. Another, like the last one, I think we discussed this as well. It was affirmation, because in the moment that we write down different years, for example, as we spoke before, and also Mrs. Anya said about writing down our goals, and we start saying it aloud, feeling it, that we are in this moment. For example, one of my affirmations is like, I'm so grateful, happy, because it's the 24th of October 2021 and I'm financially free. I achieved my financial freedom. And when I think of that, I cry most of the time. So I feel it like I cry because all the time I've been working for it, and I never give up. Every single day, for how much it was consistent or consistent, but every single day I put a thought and I do an action to do that since I was 19. So the idea to achieve that, and because I say loudly out there, more than once a day, and it's always like suggested that then there is another like call that maybe we can organize about affirmation, how powerful it is. But this is one of the powerful tools, because in the moment that we establish these ideas into our subconscious automatically thinks we are already there, so we like bring the reality to our goals straight away. But there is like a huge subject around this, so maybe we can do a call related to that, Anya, another day.
Exactly.
What do you think about affirmation? Like I believe it's something that you also use.
Now I before I do not use, so I just like have everything in myself, so I just like think, but now I kind of realize that when you say something, it's like the power of words. So when you say something, if you say a negative thing or good thing, so your brain also kind of recording it and kind of help you to get there. So it's a very powerful tool, like affirmating, like today I'm very grateful, like all the I have now. So for me, I can say I'm I'm very grateful that now, so I'm at this point working on my goals. So and today tomorrow, so I will be also financially free. So but saying it loudly is a very good tool. I have to start using it more and more,
because we trick our brain. But definitely I believe that is a subject that we can touch on another call, because there is a study behind it. We can also talk about the culture behind it, that it comes from Japan, and why the gentlemen bring it up. So there is a lot to say, because not many people knows about that, and this is something that is so powerful, so simple, just repeating and tricking our mind from the negativity that is actually pushing out, which is actually negativity coming from what we watch, what we listen, a little things that someone say once, and that it gets established inside ourselves. I don't have anything else to add, because I believe we touched much of the thought about why is important to know what do we want.
Exactly.
Is like the only things I would like to say, and then I pass the word to you, Anya, in case you would like to add something. It's just like, don't accomplish yourself, guys. Life is so huge, it's so wonderful, it's so full. Just like listen to yourself, and understand really what is important. Dreams are possible. What they say that dreams are just for cartoon or whatever they teaches us is not true. We are able, we are powerful, we are full of skills. It's just that the society and all the system that is being brought to maintain a order in each country, it doesn't allow us to open up the unlimited possibility for our reality. So stop a second in your routine and start dreaming, because the dreams are also your reality. And also realize another thing, just to understand and give yourself a proof what we realized today in your life, because this is something I did as well. One day, and I was like thinking about all the bad thoughts that were coming into my mind, and checking my reality, even my relationships. Sometimes sentences that I say, sentences that I do, they actually attract this reality. So if I believe something that is negative, this is will come up to me, because I'm creating it. So it's my vision, I'm creating my vision. And that's why, if for us it's possible, if it's possible for even one person in this world, it's possible for everyone. It just that's down to you to believe it. That's how I would like to close today. But I pass the word to you, Anya, because I'm excited to hear what you want to say.
Exactly. Exactly. You say exactly everything. But just to add, it's for me, it was not like it's like it's also the fears, Some people have fear. For me, I can say it's the first time that I do, Facebook Live, I show myself to world, because now I realize that if I want to, achieve my goal, or if I want to be a better person, I have to also, impact other people's lives. So in some way, it's one of one of the you know, the way that I can do that, we can do that. Maybe I think also this kind of small life will help, you know, somebody else. So now you're using the social media, you're using the tool that we have for our life today to empower women. First, but also, you know, some kind of people are in the social media say I cannot do that, so there's a lot of you know, negativity, or so you have to use also the social media, you know, to say, hey, maybe today there's somebody somewhere else in the world saying that I cannot achieve my goal. I'm stuck in this part, I cannot do that and that. So the only thing we can bring here is that is just like run your goals, say that you can do whatever you want to do. If you really want to do it, you will do it. It's just like if anybody said to you you can, or you the system just like put down, slow down, just say, so around me, what can I do? What is my life today? What can I change? What is my thinking? Just kind of be around the right people, because some kind have sometimes we are not around, even if even our family sometimes not understand, like you have to change also when you start like working on you are changing, you become somebody else. And sometimes people say, wow, this person I don't like even recognize it, because you're becoming a better person. But that's why if you want to achieve your goal, you become somebody else, because you will work on you. You will you have to start doing, you know, all you're doing now, change it. If you say it's not working, you have to do it, to do now different things in order to have a result. Because if you start doing the same thing that you're doing now and then having a result that you want, it means that something is not working. Yeah. So for me, it's like, guys, if you hear also this, if for example, or if this live is also interactive, if you just give us your feedbacks, or you put the comments, or if you want to come in the live. So we are very happy also to welcome you. We start doing it, but it's also the way for us to say to other people you can do it. So if you know somebody else, if you want to come in the live, share your experience, so we'll be happy to just let us know in the comments. Next time we do the live, we will share the link with you, so yeah, you can also share your experience. So just sharing our experience with other people.
Definitely, I really love it. Also, like what I was thinking, also to ask, what you would like us to touch base with, if you with the time, because we're gonna be live every single week now. This is something that we decide to do, and not to keep for ourselves all the knowledge that we are gaining, but also to bring more and more light out there, particularly right now that there are so many limitations with what is happening in the world, and many people are losing the belief. So we're gonna be live probably every Sunday right now. We can set it as like how it's going, because it's a time that for everyone also to listen. And if you feel like with the time that there is something that you struggle with, that you would like us to touch base, please text us, comment in our videos, let us know. We're gonna start also asking questions on our social media, so please answer us, interact with us. And if also you decided to take responsibility of your life, as Anya said, and you would like to share your experience with us, we are more than happy to interview you and share, like, and inspire more people with a different background as well, experience. So
exactly. And we can also do that in French, because I know many French people as well following me. I just doing all the stuff now in English, because at some point I just kind of opened my mind in English, and that's how I was speaking English. But if I come 2 or 3 years ago, I was not able to do that, to speak in English, even if my English is not very good. But we can also, you know, do it in French, Italian, or every background. So, and also translating, we can also translate it. So for us, it's not a problem.
Perfect. I love it. I simply love it. As usual, so much energy brought up. So I would say good afternoon, have a wonderful rest of your Sunday. We're looking forward to hear all your feedback, guys. Thank you very much, Anya, also for your energy, for sharing this project with me. And it's awesome to work with you and to get inspired every time from your energy, which is infectious. I love it.
Okay, thank you very much, Francesca, as well. So, yeah, okay, good morning, good evening, good night, guys, where you're now in the world. So, see you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye-bye.
Bye.